I invite you to come to the center of your mat and sort of think about the spirit of the season. And just take a big, deep breath inside and then let it out. And then, since this is Christmas and we're sort of celebrating the season, who comes to visit us at Christmas but dear old Santa? So let's practice ho ho hoing to bring Santa in to our awareness and invite him to come visit us next week when it is Christmas. So let's take a deep breath in, and when you exhale this time, I'm going to invite you to ho ho ho. Ready? So take a deep breath in and exhale. Ho ho ho. Okay, let's try that again. Ho, ho, ho. How many ways can you ho, ho, ho? Ho, ho, ho. And do you feel the joy of Christmas, the joy of Santa ho, ho, hoing? So let's try that one last time. Ho, ho, ho. So take a moment just to let's embody that jolly happiness, ho, ho, ho laugh. And let's just sort of feel it in our body. So I'm going to invite you to gently roll your shoulders. And as you do that, maybe just gently move the weight from one foot to another to come fully into your body. St. Irenaeus said that the joy of God is a body fully alive. So take a moment just to ease and explore and recognize that we are created in the likeness of image of love, and that the whole earth is filled with the awe of God's wonders where morning dawns, where evening fades. God calls forth songs of joy. So take a moment just to feel that in your body and think about all the joys that arises in being together and community and being outside, and know that God's presence is whispering to you right in front of your eyes. Beautiful. Now, what if you're rolling your shoulders back? Let's roll forward. And then as you breathe, feel this in your back. And again, this is a gentle exploration, almost a sacred act to be able to feel into the body and notice what you notice. And considering how joy is prayer, joy is strength, joy is love, and joy is a net of love by which we can reach soul. So open your arms and just sort of feel all the love that surrounds us, flows through us. And then gently let you sort of sweep from one side to the other. Soft knees, and maybe bend your knees a little bit as you're sweeping your arms. Maybe come up, just play with this. Maybe even make a figure eight with your arms. Breathing and moving, and then make big circles on either side. And then releasing your arms down. Take a nice deep breath. Ah, sort of bringing both feet hip width apart. We just warmed up our shoulders. Let's warm up our hips. So shifting the weight to your right foot, bend your left knee, and just allow that left foot, maybe with toe on the ground and a toe back, just to gently sway back and forth. Breathing in and out through your nose, allowing your arms to be relaxed, balancing on that one foot, sort of feeling and supporting yourself whenever you need to. If you happen to be moving faster, then your balance can be maintained. There's a sweet spot, right? If you move fast enough, the momentum actually helps you balance. But if you move too fast, it can throw you off. Again, that's that thin line that we, or that narrow place where the camel has trouble going through the eye of the needle. Bringing both feet down, take a nice deep breath. Finding that sweet spot. Let's try the other side. So shifting your weight to the other side, allowing that foot just to warm the hip up, breathing fully and completely, enjoying this gift of this moment. considering how joy is the serious business of heaven. Beautiful. Bring your foot down and take a nice deep breath. Let's sort of work with the hip one more time. Let's do a hip circle with that. So bring all the weight to the right foot, bring your left toe out. Just slowly allowing the leg to be heavy, a gentle rotation. Make sure you're looking at something that's not moving. And if you don't feel stable, feel free to put your hand on the wall or a chair nearby and then go in the other direction. Again, allowing the foot to be soft, cores engaged, feeling the strength of your standing leg. Beautiful. Bring your foot down and take a nice deep breath. Shifting the weight to the other leg, extending your foot out. Again, allowing your foot to be heavy. Breathing, warming the hip up, looking at something that's not moving, and then going in the other direction. Breathe. Consider that there's no such thing as the pursuit of happiness, but there is the discovery of joy. Beautiful. Bring your foot down and take a nice deep breath. With your hands at your heart, let's see what we can do with this. Sweep your arms up, reaching the fingertips for the ceiling. Maybe press your hips forward a little bit. And then exhale all the way down with your hands on your thighs, softening the knees. Slowly fold forward, leaning in to the body, feeling those places that are supporting you, that hold you in place. And when you find that edge, gently put your hands on your thighs and sort of feel into it. Notice what it's telling you. And if there's anything other than a gentle discomfort, press into your hands and come up a little bit, and then slowly sink down just a little bit more. Breathing in and out of your nose, lifting the hips, folding forward. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and hinge up. Come all the way up. Roll your shoulders back and take a nice deep breath. Let's try that on the other side. So separating your feet out. Inhale the arm up, reaching toward the ceiling, letting that right arm slide down the leg. Breathe into your left side. Now, if you come to a place where you find that edge and your body's not flowing forward anymore, just bring your right hand to your hip to support yourself. Press into your feet, lengthen through the top of the head. Breathe into your body. And just sort of notice that the only joy in the world is to begin. So here we begin with each moment. Each moment is new. Each moment is now. What do you find in each moment? To be able to just accept things as they are, allow circumstances to guide you in life, knowing that God's planning and supporting you. That's our remembrance of that connection of us with joy. Beautiful. Press into your right foot, come all the way up and take a nice deep breath. Roll your shoulders back, put your hands on your hips, press your hips forward, shoulder blades together, stretch the front body, and then come all the way up. And let's bring the right hand up, leaning left, breathing fully and completely, allowing your shoulder to be heavy, your face soft, reaching through your fingertips. Notice the places that need tender, loving care and support yourself as you take long breaths into your body, knowing that each moment we have the chance to begin again. Beautiful. Breathe. Press into your left foot and come all the way up. Bring both feet together and take a nice deep breath. Ah, okay. From here, let's gently work to strengthen our balance with Warrior One. I'm going to invite you to bend your knees, bring your left foot forward, your right foot's at 45 degrees, and just take a moment to sort of find that place where you feel comfortable, where your hips can be square, and you can gently move your knee over your ankle. And so when you come into this lunge, I'm inviting you to arrive in it. You take a long, deep breath to soften your face, relax your shoulders, lift your chest. And then from here, allow your fingers to slowly flow up, reaching toward the heavens. And then gently fold forward with your hands on your thighs. And once more, slowly lean into your body, breathing deeply and fully. Being curious where your body invites you to go as you dance with gravity. There's always a dance we're in with gravity, working with it, standing up, balancing, walking. Well, how are we dancing with gravity in this position as we work to maintain stillness with our balance? Beautiful. Press into your front foot, hinge up, allow your arms to float up too, and just reach for the heavens, shoulder blades together. Breathe deeply into your body, and then releasing here, push forward with that front foot, back with that front foot, and take a nice deep breath. Ah. Bending your knees again, step forward with that right foot, left foot 45 degrees. Your hips are square, pushing down and forward, down and back. Again, feeling the strength in your lower body. Activate your core, lift the chest, roll your shoulders back, allow the arms to float up. Breathing into this space you have created. What do you find here? Where are those beautiful things that are always present, that we just look with the eyes of God to see the beauty that is always in each moment? The joy is that deep river that underlines everything. Beautiful. Bring your hands down, hinge at the waist. Press into that back foot, lengthen through the top of the head. Slowly. This is a slow dance with gravity because we're tiptoeing into our bodies, being kind and loving with all those places that are gently easing out of our way. Long, deep breath. And then wherever you are, let's hinge up at the waist. Allow the arms to come up as well. Reach toward the heavens, shoulder blades together, and then releasing the hands down, push back with that front leg and take a nice deep breath. So now we've done a little strengthening with the hips. Let's do some more hip work with balance. Now, if you have a stool handy or a chair, you might want to use this because this is a tad more challenging. So this is a great hip strengthener and a balance. What's not to like, right? A twofer. So all your weight's on the right foot. Bend your left knee, and we're going to slowly lift that leg. Now, wherever you can lift that leg, that's a good place to be. So if the toe's on the ground, that's fine. Excuse me, you can bring it up a little higher, but let's just gently bring that leg out and then bring the leg in. Okay, so this is the challenge. In, out, and in, out, and in. Just slowly breathing and moving. Now, if you'd like to just allow this to be static, that works well. And if you do that, soften your foot, relax your face. But it's the movement that builds the strength. Now, notice your core is engaged. You're pressing your foot, reaching your head toward the ceiling. Beautiful. Bring your foot down and take a moment just to, ah, Enjoy standing on 2 feet. And then shift all the way to the other foot. Once more, come to a place where you feel balanced. That could be with your toe on the ground, the ball of your foot on the ground, the foot up, leg up a little bit, but just find that place that you can open the hip. This is a hip opener. This is a closed hip strengthener. So you get a open hip strengthener and a closed hip strengthener, not to mention the balance. So just take a moment to notice one leg may be stronger than the other leg. So whatever your dominant hand is, you may find that that leg is stronger than the other. So as you're doing this work, support yourself wherever you can, and just to notice the strength and the balance you're creating. Beautiful. Bring your foot down and take a nice deep breath. Ah, maybe you're gonna get a ho 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 in here, huh? Ho ho ho. A different kind of joyous laugh. Let's separate our feet. And with our feet, oh, more than hip width apart. Again, we just stretched out with the warrior one. So just sort of feel into this opening the hips a little bit more. And let's do a forward bend and a back bend again. So roll your shoulders back, your hands on your lower back, and just gently press your hips forward just to stretch the front body. And then come all the way up with your hands on your thighs, softening the knees, taking some long, deep breaths. I've got my hands directly underneath my hips to support myself when I come to that place where my body says, whoa. For like when Santa with the reindeers, he'd say, whoa. Because there'll be times where we go onward and whoa. So honor the whoa, lean into it, pressing into both feet, lifting the sits bones. And make sure your knees are gently soft. If you find out that your body invites you to go sort of deep, you could bring your hands around your ankles and gently continuing to hinge forward and draw the body toward the legs. But again, it's all about being gentle and kind with ourselves and breathing into what we find, that breath of life that breathes into us and keeps us connected to that joy, whether we're consciously aware of it or not. Let's gently hinge back up and then pressing into your feet. Lift all the way up. Bring both feet together and take a nice deep breath. Ah, excellent. From here, we're going to let's do another little balance with your feet. Feet are hip width apart. Bring your heels off the floor and then bring the heels down. Lift the toes. Lift the toes and separate them all. Lift the heels and then the toes. So notice the balance. Ease on the balls of the feet, lifting the toes, lifting the heels, noticing if that's an easy or a difficult balance. And then with your feet flat on the ground and your hands at your heart, sweep your arms up. And as you do that, lift your heels off the ground as your fingertips reach toward the ceiling. And then when you bring your palms together and slowly bring your hands to your heart and lower the heels down. Let's do that a couple of times. Inhale, lift the heels, reach for your hands to your heart. As you lower the heels, inhale, reach, and then gently bring your hands to your heart as you lower your heels. Let's swing our arms up. Again, stretching the front body. And as you come down, bend the knees and hinge forward. Bring those arms all the way to your back as you fold forward. Inhale, lift, bring the heels up. Slowly lower. So the challenge on this is going slow. Because that's the balance challenge. Lifting the heels, slowly coming down. One more time. Inhale. Woo-hoo. Slowly come back down. And then come back to mountain and take a moment. And just for fun, stand in mountain. and be a mountain. Perhaps imagine you're some big mountain in the Rocky with snow-covered slopes, nice green trees emanating from it, a beautiful winter scene. So here we are being a mountain, pressing into your feet, lifting the chest, rolling the shoulders back, tucking the chin, standing tall and strong like a mountain. Breathe here, feel your strength, feel your groundedness, because now we're going to be a tree. So bring your hands to your heart, shift all the weight to your right foot, bend that left knee, and then you can, from here, with your foot on the ground, you can extend your arms up and be a tree. If you want more of a balance challenge, you could bring your toe to your instep or your foot to your calf. And again, this is an open hip pose. So rotate the knees outward. Make sure your core is active as you lift the chest. And just imagine you're a beautiful tree, green evergreen, Christmas tree on the side of a snow capped mountain, enjoying the beauty, the whole earth, which is filled of awes and wonders. You're one of those awes and wonders. And then gently bring your hands back to your heart and your foot down to the ground and take a nice deep breath. And then suppose your next awe and wonder is to get to be a Christmas tree. So bring your hands to your heart and shift all the way to the other leg, bending the right knee away from you, coming into tree pose. Extend your arms out in the glory so they can be uh, decorated with and beautified with Christmas tree lights and ornaments, and just gently feel that. Notice where your balance challenge is. Feel comfortable there, but take a moment just to feel now the awe and wonder and beauty of a decorated tree and folks around it. And you're just enjoying it and just the beauty of Christmas with a tree. And think about your favorite decorations. Is it perhaps the stars decorations, or maybe you have a star on top? So with that thought in mind, let's bring your hands back to our heart and step on the ground. And we're going to do a star balance so we can be that shiny star that's in the tree. So bringing all the weight to your right foot, step out with your left toe, extend your arms out and just sort of shimmer your hands like a shimmering star. And then maybe even bring that left foot up and you can wiggle it as well. So here's our shimmering star on the decorated Christmas tree balance. All right, beautiful. Bring your hands back to your heart. Take a moment just to stand tall, remembering the mountain. And in that mountain, in that tree, when it was on the mountain at night, it would see the shimmering stars, that star that was above the manger on Christmas night. So let's be that star. So bring all the weight to the left foot, bring your toe out with your hands at your heart. From there, extend the arms, lift that right foot, and then gently shimmer as those beautiful stars at night, those twinkling stars, shone over you on that mountain and on the other part of the globe, since we're all in one place above many years ago, that manger in Bethlehem. Beautiful. Bring your hands back to your heart, coming back to tree. Take a nice deep breath. I'm going to invite us to Warrior Two, thinking about how the shepherds kept their watch at night. And that's sort of what Warrior Two is. If you're on the side of a mountain and you're watching and looking what arises before you. So here we go. Let's bring our feet out more than hip width apart, taking that left foot toward the wall, the right heel back, and gently bending the knee, pushing down and forward, rotating your knees out with your hands at your heart, sweeping the arms up and out. Take a moment to allow your body to sink as you push down and forward with the front foot and down and back with the back, rotating the knees outward. Gently look over that left hand, breathing into the body. Relax the shoulders, soften the face, and just sort of gaze. If you're a shepherd keeping your watch at night, would you be seeing? What would you be looking for? What might arise before you that you never would expected to see had you not been looking, listening, and waiting? And who knows what gifts of the season, gifts of the moment that may be before us if we can remember to keep watch at night, as we never know when the bridegroom is going to come. Breathing, feeling that foundation in your lower body that gives you that support to be able to wait patiently, feeling the strength required in your upper body and your whole body to be able to do that. Beautiful. Release your hands down, both feet forward. Take a nice deep breath. Taking a moment just to allow your body to process, to breathe deep. And as you sit in stillness, not thinking, just notice what you notice. Bending your knees, step out. So we look to the east, let's look to the west. We look to the west, let's look to the east. To taking your right foot toward the wall. Again, coming into that side lunge, bending the knee over the hip, extending the foot out. Again, push down and forward, down and back, rotate your knees outward, activate your core, feel the strength of your lower body, roll your shoulders back, allow your arms to float up, and then gently looking over your right hand, relaxing your shoulders, softening your face and your hands, but strengthening the lower body. Gazing to the east, breathing fully and completely, keeping watch. Noticing when you might need to re-engage your core a little bit more to support yourself, rotate your knees outward, open the hips, perhaps even lift the chest. Feel the strength required that you're building. And of course, always feel free to come out of it. Take a breath or two and then rejoin us. But let's all release, bring our feet forward and together again and take a nice deep breath. Ah. So pause here for just a moment. Consider how we can allow joy to be our continual feast. How we can allow our life to be a prayer. And in the midst of everything, to always give thanks for this. And it's God's perfect plan for us in Jesus Christ. Beautiful. Let's bend our knees and sort of move toward the floor, hinging at the waist, breathing in and out of the nose. Softening your knees until your hands can touch the floor, maybe bending them. And then let's come to the table. And here, I'm going to invite us to bring both wrists under the shoulders, both knees underneath the hips, and gently exhale in cat. So be a Halloween cat, navel to your spine, pressing into your fingers. Inhale, being a cow, maybe the cow and a cat were both in the manger. Exhaling forward, inhaling back. Take a moment to feel all the vertebrae in your spine moving from flexion to extension. Perhaps all the little animals, perhaps the little mice, birds, all sorts of creatures flew in and out of that manger. We're always present. We just feel all the little things around us that are there, but we're not always present to in your body as you gently move from flexion to extension in cat cow. Beautiful. Pressing into your fingers here. Let's gently bring that right knee up and stretch behind you, rotating the ankle in every direction, softening that right foot, lifting the leg, working to keep it parallel with the floor, and gently bringing the left arm up and reaching from your core. through the shoulder, the elbow, and the wrist and the hand. Also through from your core, through the hip, the knee, and the ankle. Softening the hand and the foot. Pressing into your right fingers just as much as your right palm. Beautiful. Release and come down and take a deep breath. So remembering that we cannot enter the kingdom of heaven without being like children. Let's think our hips back for child's pose. Just allowing your body to slowly come to wherever it wants to rest, supporting yourself in that place and breathing a nice, long, deep breath. Gently looking up, coming back to table. This time, let's bring that left leg up and reach behind you. Again, I'm wiggling my foot, working the toes, separating them, curling them, extending them to soften my foot. And then I'm going to advise from the core, reach out from the core through the hip, the knee, and the ankle. Work to lift the leg so it's close to parallel with the floor. And then bring up that right leg, arm, reaching again from the core to the shoulder, the elbow, to the hips, pressing into the fingers of the left hand, keeping the weight evenly distributed on that left hand. Breathing, don't forget to breathe, to allow God to animate us through the Spirit, the Holy Spirit that is always in each breath, this breath of life. Beautiful. Release your hand down and your knee down and take a nice deep breath. And as you exhale, sink back into child's pose. Allow this to be a tender journey. How slow can you go? Allow that to be the challenge. As you feel the weight of your body dancing with gravity, coming to just the right place, just place of rest. Supporting yourself in this place with long, deep breaths, which are massaging all the internal organs in your body as your trunk is laying upon your thighs. Breathing. Scan your body. What can you soften? What can you relax? Wiggle your jaw. Soften the shoulders. Breathe. And then gently looking up, slide your hands down, elbows forward in the Sphinx pose. Gently sink shoulder blades together. Feel the chest opening, but press into the hands to protect the elbows. Breathing here. Notice where your body eases to. Where can you soften here? Scan your body. Breathe into your belly again. Feel a massage of all the internal organs. And let's activate the core. So bring your navel to your spine. Tighten your glutes. Lift that pelvic floor. Lengthen through your top of your head as you slowly lift the chest. Shoulder blades together. Core supporting your lower back, strengthening your lower back. You're welcome to stay here if you want to press into your hands and come into up dog. It's a little bit more of a challenge on the upper back. But let's all return to Sphinx. Lift the chest, activate the core, and then slowly ease down on the mat, resting on one ear with your hands on either side and the palms up. And take a nice long deep breath here. Allow your whole body to be heavy. Feel all the places your body is touching the mat and all the places your body is being supported by it. From here, I'm going to invite you to look back at the mat and slide your hands forward so your palms are face down, your arms are parallel. We're going to activate our core and lift the right leg a few inches and then reach out and then press into your right hip and lift that right leg. and then lower the leg. Then let's lift that left knee about an inch or so. Reach out from the hip, the knee, and the ankle. Maybe even wiggle the foot if you find any tension there. And then pressing into the left hip, bring that left knee up. Reach out behind you. And then lowering the leg down. Let's gently think about doing this with our arms as well. So let's lift the left arm, lift and reach from the core, through the shoulder to the elbow, through the fingertips, and lower it down. And then let's try the right arm. Lift, reach, wiggle the hands, and bring that down as well. And then here, just bring your forehead to the mat or just look at the mat. Just relax the whole body. Softening the face, the shoulders, feel the heaviness in the arms and the hands and the legs and the feet. And so now we're going to activate our core because we will need that strength, that foundation to push against to lift that right leg and left arm. So looking straight at the mat, lifting your right leg and left arm, reaching. Beautiful. Switch sides, lifting the left leg and right arm, reaching from the core, and then returning. And then just for fun, if you'd like to lift both arms and both legs or alternate, your choice. But when you release, let's come down and rest on the other ear. Bring your hands by your side once more. And again, just practice letting go of any concerns, any business, any to-do list. But take a moment just to notice what it feels like when you let go. The whole body is heavy. The breath moves at a slower pace. We come to the place of trusting that this next step will appear as we leave the last step. And it will be the path that invites us to that deeper connection with joy. Beautiful. Let's offset those two back bends with a child's pose. So pressing into your hands, shift those hips back again, allowing the child's pose to slowly develop as you relax your shoulders and soften your face. And then coming all the way up, let's flip on our side, on our back, with our feet hip width apart, and slowly lay each vertebra down one at a time. With your hands by your side, take a nice deep breath here. Your back of your head is heavy, your shoulders, your arms, your hips, and your feet. Breathing here deeply and fully. Let's bring both arms over our head again and slide both legs down. And we're going to replicate what we just did on our backs. So let's start with the right leg. Again, activate the core. We want your pelvis in neutral. And then lift that right leg about an inch or so. And then reach from the hip to the knee and the ankle. And then lower the leg. Lift the left leg. And then reach from the hip to the knee and the ankle. And lower that leg. And then bring that right arm up. Reach, lifting it off the floor, reaching from the shoulder, the elbow to the wrist, the palm, and then lowering the arm. And then the left arm, reaching behind you, and then releasing. And take a deep breath. And so now let's try all four limbs at the same time. So both arms reach to the wall behind you, both toes reach to the wall in front of you, and just feel a nice long lengthening all the way through your body. Breathe into the space that you were creating, and then release all the way down the mat. Take a nice deep breath. Mm. Take a moment just to pause and just sort of have an embodied sense of what a pause feels like. And then bending your right knee and bending the left knee. Let's bring our arms by our sides and gently roll to the right side. And taking a moment, what it feels like just to pause here, and then press into your right hand. And let's come to a seated position with one ankle in front of the other. Take a moment just to roll your shoulders back, sit up nice and tall. Soften your eyes and just breathe into your body. And here I'm going to invite you to lift your shoulders and lower them, just to feel the range of motion, lifting and lowering, lifting and lowering. And then your hands to your hips, roll your shoulders back and lift the chest, looking toward the ceiling. And then bring your chin to your chest, sort of roll the upper shoulders down, looking toward the floor. And then come all the way up. And let's just gently, slowly look to the left, sort of find out where that edge is. Inhale, slowly look to the right. And just be curious about your range of motion. And just gently easing from side to side. Look to one side and then the other. And as you press into your seat, lift the chest, roll the shoulders back. Feel that foundation of which your head is just slowly moving from one side to the other. And if you happen to feel what it sort of hear a sound that's sort of like feet walking across snow, just slowly keep doing that, and it will slowly ease away as that calcification is released and your body sweeps it out. Ah, beautiful. Bring your face back forward and let this left ear drop to your left shoulder. Another opportunity to press into your seat. Roll your shoulders back, lifting the chest and let your head be heavy. Breathe into the right side of your neck and then slowly bring the chin toward the collarbone. Just being curious about what you might find. It's not about having your chin touch the collarbone, but just sort of noticing where it is. Again, it's working with a range of motion. And then gently lift the chin toward the ceiling on the right hand corner, reaching up, face forward, and take a nice deep breath. Ah, bring the right ear to your right shoulder. Again, pressing into the seat, rolling the shoulders back, keeping the spine nice and erect. Your head is heavy. Your breath is long. Breathing into the left side of the neck this time. Relax the shoulders down, soften your face. We're working to be, not to do. Sometimes working to be is harder than working to do. And then slowly roll your chin toward the collarbone. Breathing into the left side of the neck. And then reach the chin up toward the left-hand corner of the room, stretching the right side of the neck, and then gently face forward and take a nice deep breath. Let's extend our legs straight out in staff pose. Both legs parallel. Sort of. Let's gently walk our hips back along the mat. Then walk our hips forward again to sort of feel the work that we've done, that we're polishing earlier. And then here, just in staff pose with your hands on either side, flex your feet, separate your toes, ground both legs into the mat, and then slowly hinge forward. Breathing, and then gently bring your navel to your spine and just sort of explore the lower back and from your hips all the way to your heels, not trying to do anything, but come to a place where you notice what you feel. And to breathe into that. And then the next inhalation, slowly restack the vertebra and take a nice deep breath. Bring your hands behind your hips and pressing into them, shoulder blades together. Lift your heart toward the heavens. If you'd like to lift your hips off the ground, you're welcome to do that as well. Make sure you're pressing into your fingers to protect your wrist. But all returning to staff, take a moment here and take another nice deep breath. On here, excuse me, let's bend our knees and let's gently roll the shoulders back and just gently lean forward toward the knees, walking your hands down, maybe grasping the ankles and just gently rolling the shoulders back, leading with your chest, and just sort of notice what that hinges. Just breathing here. And then coming back to an erect spine. Bring your hands behind your hips like we just did. But this time, let's lift one leg and then the other. Sort of coming into half boat with both legs parallel, core engaged, supporting yourself with your arms. Beautiful. Come back up. Roll your shoulders back. Extend both arms out. And let's hinge at the waist. Where can you go to come into a challenge in your core, shoulder blades together? Again, wherever that is for you is just exactly the right place to be. Breathing. And then come all the way back up and take a moment to rest. And then coming back up, let's see if we can maybe first bring the legs up and then perhaps try to bring each arm up. Coming into full boat. Now you're welcome to do one arm and one leg, or do the whole thing, or even at a diagonal. That would be like this. Da-da, da-da. This is sort of joyful. Or just hold it still. So just have fun, take a deep breath, and then let's let go. Returning to staff pose. Breathing into our bodies. Let's slide our hips down once more. Lay our spine on the mat with your hands by your side. Take a deep breath here. Ah, and practice letting go. Feel your whole body just be heavy. Sort of notice what surrendering feels like. That's a good thing. Then in the right situation. So then the discernment comes. When is the right situation? Always be listening for that still soft voice that resides in each breath. The Holy Spirit. From here, let's bring that right leg up, reaching through it once more, wiggling the toes to soften them. Let's point and flex and point and flex, curling the toes and separating the toes. How far apart can you separate them? How curly can they get? Again, there's no right or wrong, just different experiences. So take a moment to just enjoy all the muscles and ligaments that you feel as you just flex your foot back and forth. And then pause it just to feel stillness. And from that place of stillness, slowly rotate it in one direction. What do you notice? Where's your breath? Feel your body heavy on the mat. So many things to become aware of. Gently rotate in the other direction. Breathing. Beautiful. Relax the foot. Bring your hands behind the leg. Draw that toward you, that right leg. Then tuck your chin, bend your knee, and slowly draw that right thigh into your side in a warm embrace. And here, take a long, deep breath, relaxing the shoulders, softening the face. Allow that sense of peace just to move through you. Come to a place of stillness, and I invite you to consider how you're holding stillness, breathing that stillness through every aspect of you. Still dark, clear light with the shining stars. The heavenly host is just waiting to arrive. Let's curl those left toes up, slide that left leg out, ready for action. Notice the adjustment in the pelvis. Soften that right side. Relax your shoulders, soften your face as you extend through that left leg. Soften the right. Breathe. And then releasing that left foot, bend the right knee, and take a nice deep breath. Ah, and take a moment just to be still so that you can know. And then lifting that left leg, pointing and flexing and pointing and flexing. polishing all the standing work we've done and the balancing, curling the toes, separating the toes, being joyful for that little foot that carries us through life. Gently rotate the ankle in one direction, rotate the ankle in the other direction, noticing all the sensations in the knee and the hip, and then allow the foot to be still. And notice the lack of sensation or the echo of sensation through the body. And then bring your hands up the back of the leg, draw the leg towards you. Remembering how we're always being drawn toward the beloved. And then bending your knee, tucking your chin, slowly draw that left thigh into your left side in a loving embrace. In Colossians, it says that we're hidden with Christ in God. So be able to feel that being way of held, comforted, wrapped in swaddling clothing. Breathe. When you come to a place where you notice that you've received that love, that softness, your face is soft, the shoulders relaxed and down, your breath is easy. You're feeling a nurturing presence as you hold yourself. From this place, curl your right toes up, slide that right leg out, feel its strength. And we feel strength and comfort, embodying that love that always surrounds us and holds us and is bright and shiny at Christmas time. This is the light we're all waiting for to be born in us once again, to shine even brighter. Breathe and receive. Beautiful. Releasing that left foot down, bring the right knee up and take a nice deep breath. Ah. From here, with your hands by your side, tuck your chin, bring your navel to your spine, tilt your pelvis toward you so we can ease up into bridge pose to stretch the front body a little bit more. Shoulder blades together, hips lifted. Press into the arms. Notice where you go. Lean into that edge with strength and kindness. And let's come down one vertebra at a time until your waistband touches the mat, and take a long, deep breath. Ah. And then bring that right ankle above your left knee. Press the knee away from you. Again, feel the work we've done in the hip. And then bring the left leg up. Hug that right hip. Bringing just the most exquisite compassion and this gentle pressure. You may want to interlace your fingers underneath that left knee to do the support of holding the leg. But come to a place where you can wiggle your toes, wiggle your jaw, soften your face, and breathe deeply into your body. Releasing your left foot down, bring your right foot down and take a nice deep breath. Ah, bring that left ankle over your right knee, press the knee away from you. And then releasing, bring that right leg up. Again, finding just the right amount of compassionate presence in that left hip. Perhaps interlacing your fingers underneath that right knee. And come to a place where you can scan your body and let your whole body soften on the exhalation and expand on the inhalation. Beautiful. Releasing that right foot down, bring your left foot down and take a nice deep breath. Bringing each knee up, give yourself a big hug here. Gently rock from side to side. Find those places that need tender, loving care. Perhaps release your knees into each hand and bring the knees above the hips and continue this gentle rocking, this compassionate presence, a connection with it, acknowledgement of it, that it's always with us. It's not, it's just the lack of our awareness, not the lack of its presence. And then gently rotate your knees 360 and go in the other direction. And then bringing each foot down, take a nice long deep breath. And with your arms out to your side, just gently cross that left leg over the right and let the knees flow to the left. As you look right, pressing into your right shoulder. Again, just come to a place that you're just gently kissing that right side. And look up at the ceiling, bring the knees up and cross your leg, cross the right leg over the left, go to the right, pressing into your left shoulder. Again, feeling that gentle, compassionate presence in that left side. Breathing into it. And then gently look up at the ceiling, separating your legs, lifting your hips to straighten your spine. Let your feet slide down on the mat. Flip your hands over so the palms are toward the ceiling with your arms by your side. Take a nice long deep breath. Allow your whole body to be heavy here. And take a moment to just gently place yourself in the manger on that dark, starry night. And in that manger, I'm going to share with you a little prayer. As we wait for those angels to tell the shepherds and that a magnificent birth to be born, may the angel of Annunciation awaken in you God's profound, heartfelt love. May your dreams lead you to profound reverence as you bow before the divine, born in the stable of every heart. May Mary guide you in the birthing of the Holy One in your life and in birthing love in others. May Joseph engage you in deeper questioning and listening and give you courage to risk the next step. May your life become a luminous presence, leading others to the place in their hearts and in the world where Christ is always being born anew. May you have the spirit of Christmas, which is peace, the joy of Christmas, which is hope, and the heart of Christmas, which is love. May these blessings be yours this Christmas. So take a moment just to gather all this up and hold it in your heart, just as Mary did. To breathe it in every aspect of your being, to feel your light shine. And you're welcome to remain in this place and just bask in its glory and its gift. Or you can bend your knees, slowly roll to your right side, but pause there for just a moment to breathe in this gift of this light that's being born even brighter within us in this season. And then, and only then, whenever you're ready, I invite you to rise into this day and know the reason for this season. Thank you so much for joining me. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Susan.